Shalom.
Shalom.
How about Shem Shabbat?
How about Shem Shabbat? What's going on?
Not much. Where right at?
I have no clue. He might just be getting in. He'll probably be on something. He normally let me know if he ain't gonna be on something. I got that video for you if you need it.
Oh, bet. Yeah, con. Shalom.
Straight to the point too.
That's what we need. All right. So obviously, Shalom. Another Milk Monday. We are the sons of thunder Israelites. It is our heart's prayer and desire that all Israel might be saved. Brother Eliel.
So Judah.
So as you can see by the title, right? We got through Christmas. We made it, right? Christmas Eve, all that mess. Now the next big holiday, the next big holiday is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
They call it New Year's. So it's being Milk Monday, and me not really being able to. I honestly couldn't find if we did a video like this last year. I looked and I couldn't find it. I feel like we did though, but I can't find it. Um, y'all smash the like button though, Baba Kashai. Look like we got either low turnout, no notifications, something going on because we only got 20 people watching. It ain't usually this.
Something been happening for weeks.
Yeah, they got us. There's something called a shadow ban where if you go live often, you're under the Hebrew Israelite banner or any banner that they deem bad for Black people to watch, right? Because it could make you conscious. They shadow ban you. So there's certain channels that are shadow banned, meaning they don't send out notifications to a certain amount of the audience until after a certain amount of people have already came into the building. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, because even on certain videos, like I know last week's Milk Monday video that y'all did, it like they'll show you that certain people or that a smaller number of people have watched it from what you can see, as opposed to what we can see from the main channel. And it like kind of deters people from watching it. You know how Israel is. If the video's got low views, they don't look at it. So that's something that YouTube has caught on to. So they try to keep the views low. So y'all make sure that y'all hit the like button, share the video if you can with your Facebook, social media. You know what I'm saying, Instagram, whatever it is. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying, like you would any other channel. With that being said, if you go into the description section, we have the Patreon you can subscribe to for extra videos, podcasts, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Content that will not ever be posted on the YouTube channel or the Facebook for that matter. You can subscribe to the Patreon, and depending on the subscription that you get a T-shirt and a specialized video from the brethren as well. So y'all go subscribe to that. You can see brother Ikarab, Captain Ikarab, and brother Iran, and a couple of other brothers, step up and talk weekly and even daily, you know what I'm saying, with the podcast and all those type of things on the Patreon. So y'all go check that out. Also, the Sons of Thunder Israelites Facebook page. Y'all go like that so you can stay in tune with what we're doing weekly, especially when we go live on the Sabbath day. You can see everything there. We got the links to donate if you want to do that are also in the description section, so you don't got to look for them. They're also below once I move. Yeah. There we go. Jamal Kennard says, we need to learn how to get along. I think that's what you're trying to say. Huh?
Look at the comment above that one. The first one from him.
Straight to the point. Israelites don't want to have no conflict. People see that stuff I'm going to make both of y'all and every last one of y'all look phony, which I know you're not every last one.
I don't even understand what he's saying.
Can you elaborate, Because I'm really confused right now. You're right. We do need to get along. The Water Warrior, Maya Kayaba, for your generous donation. That brother be generous for this weekly, man. He's shout out to you. But yeah, uh, please elaborate on that, Jamal, because I'm kind of confused. You do, I mean, you're right. We do need to get along. It's a lot of BS going on, but that ain't really what the lesson's about tonight. We had the unity lesson a couple weeks ago. We're gonna leave that there. You know what I'm saying? If Israel ain't caught on to it by now, then I guess they're not meant to catch on to it. The ones that's gonna unify, gonna unify. The ones that's not, they're gonna die. It is what it is. All right. I ain't got no reply back from Mariah. He said Con at 9:25, and then he said, I don't know what the hell going on with me. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you see Jamal reply, say something. So I'll address it. And if y'all see me making like crazy faces and stuff, I got a crazy migraine right now. I don't know why. I'm just letting y'all know. It's not nothing that I'm seeing in the comments. It's my head hurt right now. All right. So as you can see, New Year's is coming up. Obviously coming into the truth, y'all should know by now that the day coming up is not actually wait. Damn.
$10 and Howard turned it into $100.
Damn, all right. I see that.
All praise.
Damn. All praises. That's ooh. Hope you ain't gonna miss it.
Yeah, come.
If it's something we gotta send back, let us know. If it was a mistake, we ain't gonna do you like that. But like I was saying, coming into the truth, y'all should know this is not the actual new year, right? It's impossible for things to be new when the Most High has the whole earth in the dormant season, right? So that should be a ticket for you right off the bat, right? One thing that should be known is that us as a people, us being the chosen people of the planet, we haven't really been associated too much with death, right? With darkness, all that type of stuff. That's what the wicked is supposed to be associated with, right? So it would make sense to you that once the wicked takes over the earth, you know what I'm saying? Esau being the last ruler of this world, now that he's in his full reign, you know what I'm saying? The peak of his empire, so to speak, right? They've now changed the new year, and I'm going to show you when this happened. It happened around 1752, right? Between 1750 and 1752. So it's actually happened while we were in slavery, meaning before um, they were actually able to completely enslave us, even before they made America a so-called, actual country through its Independence Day in 1776. This all happens before that, right? Where they changed the new year to January 1st. So we're gonna go through a little bit of history today. Obviously, add some scriptures into it, um, and give you guys a little bit of insight on why this is not the new year coming up. You know what I'm saying? And that even treating it as such could basically be considered pagan worship, idol worship, and following the traditions of men instead of following the Most High. So those are things that you don't want to be caught slipping doing, right? Especially with Hamashiach being able to return at any time. So you got to make sure that you're on top of your game when it comes to the knowledge of this type of stuff. So idol worship is one of the biggest things that we've had a problem with, and following the rudiments of the world and not, the rudiments of Mashiach Yahushua and the Most High has been our biggest problem as a people. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get Colossians chapter 2, verse 8.
The book of Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world and not after Hamashiach.
Right. So this is something that a lot of our people struggle with. It's a scripture that basically everybody in Israel knows, right? Nobody in the church has ever read this scripture before, though, because it's not the church's job to teach you not to follow the traditions of men, right? It's actually their job to keep you involved with the traditions of men. That's what they do, right? Everything you do in church is based off tradition. Your Christmas that you just kept, based off tradition, right? The way that y'all dance and sing in the church is based off slave tradition. The way that the pastor preaches to the congregation is based off slave tradition. Everything basically that you get from the church is tradition based, right? And we know that this tradition based is a tradition that comes from the world and not from the Bible, because many of the things that they do through tradition in the Christian church aren't actually biblical, right? Which their three biggest holidays. We got what in the Christian church, the three biggest holidays are Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, right?
Yep.
If I'm wrong, let me know. Is there another one that's bigger than Thanksgiving, other than
No.
Easter and Christmas?
No.
Okay, so you got Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas, right?
Right.
So Thanksgiving is really an American holiday. So that means that they got that holiday based off tradition, right? We know Christmas is not biblical. It's actually in the Bible as something you're not supposed to follow. Yeah, but we had Mother's Day. You gotta have Father's Day too, because some of the churches be big on Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they got five big holidays: Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day. All right? Yeah.
Oh, he just clicked himself off.
No, I did.
You were still in the background though.
How the hell that happened? What the
I
fuck?
don't know.
Hold on, my whole thing done zoomed in. Wait, it's tripping. Hold on, guys.
I
Wait,
did
wait.
that so I could get back on the secondary side, but
Yeah, but hold up. This don't look right now. What in the world? How did that happen? I was talking. I didn't even touch the damn screen.
I just knew you hit it by accident.
I didn't touch nothing, bro. This junk.
Yo, they said you can't be talking about Mother's Day.
Man, as soon as I said that junk, yo, the whole thing done. Bear with me for a second. I gotta click out. I can't even get out the stream, bro. It zoomed my whole damn.
Want me to take you out?
This don't make no damn sense. Hold on. I'll be back.
Hey, I'm gonna get a preset real quick because the brother was talking about these traditions. You talk to a lot of your family members. Your aunties, your cousins, your mom, your dad, all of this different stuff like that. And you say, why are you following why do you celebrate Christmas? Why do you celebrate New Year, Easter, all these different pagan holidays? You say, well, it's just a tradition. You know what I'm saying? But you telling them to follow the laws and the statutes and the high holy days of the Most High. Well, they say, well, it ain't that I'm celebrating Christmas. It's just a tradition. Well, this is what Matthew 15:3 says. He says, but he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of Yahweh by your tradition?
Man, that was great.
You all right? You good?
I think so. Hold up.
Ooh, got me up out of here. All right.
We good. All right. Man. Okay. Sorry about that. So, yeah. So like they got those five big holidays, you know what I'm saying? And every single one of them are tradition based. They're not biblical at all. It's acting crazy again.
You might have to just keep going. I got you for anything else you need me to do because I got all the control on this side.
Yeah, I might have to close my damn computer. My screen be tripping sometimes because it's broke. And
I mean, I can hold it down till you get back, but
if I need it, I'll do it. I ain't gonna stop.
If you need anything for me to do anything on this side, I got the controls. I can do it.
Okay. Oh. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close out. Hold on, because it's doing it right now. I'll be right back. Hold on. Goodness gracious. Ah man. I can't.
That's crazy. I'm gonna read this scripture again. It says it's Matthew 15:3. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of Yahweh by your tradition? So like we were saying earlier, all right. You'll ask your people, like, why do you celebrate this and you don't celebrate the high holy days of the Most High? You know what I'm saying? And they'll tell you it's just a tradition. But you should read them this and say, so you willing to transgress the laws of the Most High for man's traditions? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. I got some precepts on this subject, on this New Year's subject. I'm gonna wait for the brother to get back, so I don't make sure I don't step on his lesson. But Chesadia came with this precept. Wherefore, if ye be dead with Hamashiach from the rudiments of the world, why as though living in the world are you subject to ordinances? We good?
Yeah, let me move back to that side. All right. Cool. I think we straight now.
All right.
If we're not, YouTube is doing this shit on purpose. Excuse the language. All right. So what's the question? What was that?
No, I was just reading precepts while you was gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so damn, you know when they be kicking me out, that means it's gonna be something good that we talking about today, right? They ain't did. That's just. But I'm tired. Yeah. All right. It is what it is.
Hey, Xavier McLeod, I don't understand what you're talking about.
I don't either, but keep about the lesson, y'all. We gonna
stay on top. If you're watching, though, just stay tuned.
But yeah. So y'all just wilding today. But as you see, we basically just got to stop following all these stupid traditions, man, of America, because they're putting us in a situation where basically things are getting turned upside down, and we're going to talk about that today, right? So, brother read you Colossians 2:8. We're not supposed to be worried about the traditions of men, the rudiments of the world. You know what I'm saying? The philosophies. You know what I'm saying? Of these people out here, because basically everything that they're teaching us is not based off what the Most High wants us to be doing. It's not based on the path that the Most High wants us to be walking, the path He wants us to take. So let's go through this New Year's thing right quick, right? Let's dissect it for a second. Share screen. Fix this out. All right. Let me show y'all this right quick before we play that video that Judah got. Can everybody see this?
Come.
Wow. All right. So this is the New Year's Reform Act of 1752. I'm not going to click on it. Y'all can write this down. You're supposed to have your notepad, your Bible, right? Apocrypha, Strong's Apocrypha Concordance. So, this obviously is when things got switched up, and I'm sure the video that the brother's going to play is going to mention a little bit of this. Not a whole lot, but that's the point of us breaking it down, dissecting it right now. So, as you see, it's called the Calendar New Style Act of 1750, right? So the Calendar New Style Act of 1750, also known as the Chesterfield's Act, or the Act elided 11 days from September 1752. So in 1067, New Year's Day reverted to the 1st of January, but was changed to the 25th of March in 1155. It's important to note, though, before 1155, it was March 25th. It was changed again before that by a Roman or Greek emperor. I just can't remember what his name is right now, Slaki. But it was changed by a Greek emperor, and then was changed back to March 25th, 1155. And then by 1700s, they changed it back again to add leap years and everything like that to the January calendar through Julius Caesar, right? So it's going to explain a little bit of that right now. It says the Gregorian calendar was a reform of the Julian calendar, which was here. Let me click that. Yes, I do got to click on it. All right. What the world? What is up with? Okay, whatever. All right. So the Calendar New Style Act of 1750, also known as the Chesterfield's Act, The British Calendar Act of 1751 is the act of the Parliament of Great Britain. So that's another thing that should be noted, right? This New Year calendar that we have isn't technically from America, it's from Britain. And if you know anything about the history of America, they're supposed to be separating from Britain when they create this nation here, right? They're supposed to be running from Britain, running from the British crown to come and create their own economy, their own nation, their own culture here in America. But they're taking the same exact New Year from Britain, the same people that they want to separate from, right? Because for those of you that don't know, everybody in the world doesn't celebrate the New Year as January 5th, right? People in the Middle East, our cousins with Ishmael, right? A lot of them still have a fiscal year and a regular year of between March 25th and April 1st. That's when their years start. So I even believe the Chinese New Year starts in March or April, right? So with so with that being said, you know what I'm saying, this is literally a Edomite thing that has taken over whatever parts of the earth that it has, but still the majority of the world still follows the New Year um, in at least the season that the Most High intended for it to be celebrated in. So that's something else that you need to keep in mind. This New Year that you're getting ready to celebrate is it's a custom from Europe, right? That has held strong, held fast to, and Esau has basically taken it from Europe and brought it to the Americas and made it law. So, yo, I ain't donating nothing. Leave me alone. Okay. The act elided 11 days from September 1752. It ordered that religious feast days be held on their traditional dates, right? For example, Christmas Day remained on the 25th of December, right? So, for those of you that don't know, they had different days for Christmas, right? They had different ways to celebrate Christmas in Europe and particularly the Dutch lands. I know we didn't do the Christmas lesson this year. I figured it was going to be a whole bunch of Israelites doing it, so it wasn't no need for us to do it. But brothers went over it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but not in complete depth like we would have. So, uh, if you know anything about Christmas, this is a feast day basically that started over there, and instead of using elves and everything like that, and a deer, as it was translated to here in America, even some places in Europe still to this day, they use slaves as the people who are, passing the gifts out. And it's a big white guy on a horse who's Santa Claus. His real name is Niklaus, right? Santa Claus. So, um, yeah. So that's where that comes from. This also comes from the same region. This New Year's holiday, right? It's something that they adopted to come right after Christmas as another feast day, right? And it's supposed to be based off of Janus, the Roman god for looking forward and backward at the same time, which will explain all that. That's where you get New Year's revolutions and all that type of stuff from. It's all pagan idol worship, but we'll get into all that in a second. So it says, for example, Christmas Day remained on the 25th. Easter is a movable feast. The act specifies how its dates should be calculated, right? So I don't actually know how Easter works. Does Easter fall on the same day every single year?
I don't think so. I think it's like a certain week of the month, the same month.
Okay, that makes sense. The water, Jason, love for your donation.
Wow.
So if that's the case, then this article is correct. I never really was big on Easter, so yeah, I think I did it like twice my whole life. But yeah, so I don't really know how the day go. I don't even know it. Like I don't even know what day it falls on. To be real with you, but
it's like similar to the Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving ain't on the same day.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So it's a movable day. It's not the same day every year. Right.
Yeah.
So that's what they mean here. Right. Says it ordered that civil and market days be moved forward in the calendar by 11 days, right? So they're just adding days to the calendar now. And originally, this is also what they did with the months of January and February because even the Romans only had a 10-day count. I mean, a 10-month calendar before. They didn't have a 12-month calendar. They used 10 months. They added January and February to it, and they added leap years to it because they couldn't figure out how to base the year and the lunar calendar, like the lunar cycle, together. So they dropped the lunar cycle all together completely and adopted a solar cycle, which it's even more unpredictable. So that's how it went. And they had to add days, all these different days. That's why there's a bunch of months that got different days in it. Some months got 30 days, some months got 32, some months got 31, a month has 28. You know what I'm saying? It's because they had to add certain days to the year, which totaled 11. You know what I'm saying? And they did it in a series of different months, which is how we end up with the 365 days, because it was said that the solar calendar was based off 365.52 days out the year, something like that. So moving on, says so that no one, nah, Salakia. Okay, so for example, the quarter days on which rent was due, salaries paid, and new labor contracts agreed, so that no one should gain or lose by the change, and the markets match the agricultural season. So that's another thing. Most people or most cultures and societies based on this or back in this time period, because they didn't have actual calendars they could look up and Google and all that type of stuff like that, they would use their agricultural seasons to determine what season they were in if they weren't really good at following the moon or the sun. So that's a big kicker for them. It says it is for this reason that the UK tax year ends on the 5th of April, being 11 days from the original quarter day of 25th of March, right? This was their original beginning of the year. So even to an extent, their fiscal year technically is what they're trying to say here, starts around April 5th, right? And that's because their original start date for the real year was March 25th. They just didn't completely change their whole date system around. That's why they still operate like that. Our fiscal year and our regular year starts in January 1st in America, though, because they were obviously established second, they were able to change more things around and keep it that way. Right. So that's all we need to see there. That's the Reform Act of 1752. Okay. So now that we've established that, you see that this New Year holiday that they have isn't actually a day in itself, but it's actually a law, right? This is a day that they've mandated to be the first of the year, not a day that they knew was originally the first of the year. So the question now is, why was it January 1st that was decided, right? Why decide to make things new in the middle of a dead season when you had a season in the spring when things were new before? And it makes sense to have them be new, which is why they called it the spring, right? Because things spring forth as new. So, where's that video at that you got?
I got it right here.
Let's play that before we get these precepts.
I got some precepts too. I ain't want to bring them out while you was gone because I kind of got a feeling we got the same ones.
Yeah, we probably do.
Let me know when you see the screen.
I think I see it. Yeah, how'd you? Okay, so you all right? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm in there now.
StreamYard letting you do this. All right, bet. All right, press play then.
For many people around the world, January 1st offers an opportunity to make a fresh start with a new year. But we bet you didn't know that over the last 4,000 years, New Year's wasn't always celebrated on the 1st of January. The original New Year's celebration, the massive Babylonian religious festival of Akitu, was held every year around the spring equinox.
All right, pause that right quick.
BC.
So, one thing they talked about is Babylon, right? I have a video I'm contemplating whether I want to play it or not, because it's a Jewish guy. I feel like they're going to automatically flag it just because it's him.
Y'all seen that one
too. It's long. It's like 44 minutes long. He ain't really Jewish, you know that? He's actually an American pastor that wants to be Jewish. So he's got the flags behind him and stuff, and he got like the American Jewish church, but he's not really Jewish. Yeah. So but this cracker basically knows that New Year isn't supposed to be January 1st. And he's teaching his whole church this, right? He's like trying to teach them how to follow the laws of the Most High and stuff. He calls himself like Yahweh's correction or something like that. Yahweh's rebuke or something. I don't know. It's something like that. But he's trying to teach Esau how to follow the laws, right? So he's going into Babylon and stuff. But he says a lot of things where you could tell, even though he's trying to follow the law. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, come. Come. Yeah. All right. Drop that. So apparently, yeah, that's a bad idea. I didn't realize.
I got all the notes from the video anyway.
All right, bet. Yeah, that video come from the History Channel. We don't want to get no flags because
Okay, come.
flag. They are the flag. So yeah, but basically, what the Edomite was going to say there was that basically what I already told you. It didn't start except for a couple years ago, right? 1700s and stuff like that. They decided to switch it up because of what happened in Europe and Greek Rome. You know what I'm saying? The whole time period they had with Janus and their belief under Janus, their Roman pagan god for the new year, right? So let me see if I could pull up some Janus stuff while you read them notes right quick.
Okay, come. So as it stated first in the video, I'm just gonna read you what I got. So at first the New Year was celebrated in the spring. It was a religious Babylonian celebration, like it said, known as a Kitu, right? So Julius Caesar changed the dates by syncing the times to the sun instead of the moon. According to what I read, this happened in 46 BC. Also, according to what I read in 1582, Pope Gregory the 13th, he took over the calendar and reinstated January 1st as the beginning of the year. Julius Caesar, when he changed the times to going off of the sun, he changed it to January 1st. And as Adawan said, it was based off the Roman god Janus. Gregory the 13th had to reinstate it to January 1st because the Christian church started to shy away from the Roman pagan gods and try to do it a different way. So that's where you get the Gregorian calendar from. He came in and reinstated it January 1st. Now, Janus is the god of, or the pagan Roman god of new beginnings.
Khan.
He has two faces. Khan.
Let me show this Janus thing right quick. Not to cut you off. I'm gonna let you read it so you can keep your thought going.
Okay,
finish your thought actually, and then I'm gonna get to this.
Okay, Khan. So Janus is the god of the beginning. He has two faces. One facing one way, one facing the other way. It's like conjoined twins. That's how he looks. He has basically his head is combined in the rear of his head. And the one head is looking one way, symbolizing him looking into the past, and the other head is facing the other way, symbolizing him looking towards the future. I'll go ahead and stop there. If you want to.
All right. So look. Let me move up just a tad. All right. It says the date of the new year is a human-made creation, not precisely fixed by natural or season maker, right? Our celebration of New Year's Day on January 1st is a civil event, despite the fact that for us in the Northern Hemisphere, where daylight has a bed to almost its its lowest point, and the days are starting to get longer again. There's a feeling of rebirth in the air, a time of renewal, all that Edomite crap, right? Okay, so where does the New Year Day concept come from? Comes from an ancient Roman custom, the feast of the Roman god Janus, who was the god of beginnings, gates, transitions, time, duality, doorways, passages, frames, and endings. Ain't that all the stuff that you hear like all year that the dang white boys at the gas station and at your job and in the cubicles next to you be talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Every conversation they have is about beginnings, gates, transitions, times, duality, doorways, passages, frames, and endings. That's it, right? So this is stuff that they are accustomed to talking about. This is stuff that they're accustomed to following, accustomed to being involved in, because why? It goes all the way back to their Roman customs. They had a Roman tradition, right, of just having a god that was into beginnings, gates, transitions, right? That alone. So let's break this down, just for those of y'all that don't understand this, right? The beginning. So Janus has two faces. He's got the face in the back of the head, the face in the front of the head, right? Mm-hmm. So he can see your past, he can see your future. So you know how the Most High is supposed to be the person that controls your steps. Man's goings of the Most High, man's goings of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way, right? This basically, from the Greek standpoint, this makes that non-valid, null and void, right? Because according to them, Janus is supposed to give you the opportunity to control your future, your destiny, right? Your past. Uh, you can set a resolution to allow certain gates to open for yourself, to allow you to transition through different times, allow you to have duality in different types of jobs, in different spaces, right? Those things can allow you to open up doorways and passages and frames, which will allow you to have the ending that you want. That's how the Roman god Janus and his makeup was comprised around, right? Basically, you being able to have the power to run your life how you want to run your life from beginning to end, right? The gates, transitions, times, duality, doorways, passages, frames are all that's you're going to encounter from beginning to the end of your life. And if you have the Roman god Janus with you, then you're supposed to be able to, I guess, sort of see into the future and know your past, or learn from your past but see into the future, but still live in the present. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? But if you think about it, that's kind of still the philosophy of America, right? If you're going off of YOLO, you only live once. You live your best life. How do you live your best life if you only live in once, right? You try to obtain wealth, right? Through duality, through all these different doorways and passages and gates that you could get through here in Babylon, right? All these different opportunities that you have here to be wicked, to do wicked things, and to get rewarded for it, right? These are different concepts that they've been able to base around just one pagan god. And because it was one Edomite god that had all these concepts based in, derived from him, this god and his month and his time period and his reason for existence has basically carried on from Greek and Roman times to now as, the beginning of the year. Because this is still what they want their philosophy to be based off of, right? Being able to control everything from the beginning to end. That's all Esau wants. He wants full control. And if you teach control, that's basically what you're gonna get. If they can teach everybody that you have full control of your life, whatever you want, you can get. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is learn from your past and keep your head high for the future, right? You're Janus. So you can control whatever you want. You got two faces, right? You can look into the back, you can look into the past, and you can peer forward into the future. So it says, one face looked back into the past and the other peered forward to the future, just like how on January 1st, we can look back at the new year, just like that. We could look back at the year that just ended, right? Your old year, and look forward to the new year that lies ahead. And you can make your resolutions to make sure that whatever bad things happen to you in the past year don't happen to you in the new year, so that you can hit all your transitions, right, in a good amount of time using your duality, your doorways, your passages, and your frames to get the ending that you want. That's how this works, right? Is there any more notes you had out?
Con.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
So that Roman holiday called Ikitu, or the celebration, it was 11 days long, and it involved 11 different rituals for each day. All right. So this is where we start to get into January 1st celebrating that anyway. You already celebrating Janus anyway. So you're already in pagan god worship in the first place. All right. So we talked about the two faces. So the ancient Romans started the celebration by sacrificing to Janus. All right. So they'll do sacrifices to Janus, and they will exchange gifts. Now, this is kind of funny to me, what I'm about to read y'all, right? So it says, during the celebration, laurel wreaths, they would decorate their homes with laurel wreaths, right? So I looked up a laurel wreath because it's something just said bing in my head, right?
What's a laurel wreath?
You know what I'm saying?
Wait
So I looked it up. A laurel wreath is made of evergreen, right? And during the so what Naphtali is talking about, it kind of coincided with Christmas, because during that time of when Christmas was started, they were putting up the evergreen trees, right? So it's funny.
What do you do, Salaki? What do people still put up during Christmas? All over their house.
Laurel wreaths.
Laurel wreaths, right? You walk out. There's still people in my neighborhood where laurel wreaths are right now. I can walk outside. It's still lights. People still got lights across the street, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got wreaths on the door, on the what you call them? The shutters.
The windows, yep, the
shutters. They got them on the windows, the shutters, all that stuff, bro. They got them hanging on trees. They put wreaths on trees.
They got a tree on the tree.
Yeah, they decorating their trees with trees. You understand what I'm saying? This is, bruh. Go ahead.
It's a joke. So yeah, they decorated their houses with laurel wreaths made of evergreen. It's kind of funny, like I said, because the Christmas trees, the beginning of the Christmas trees were evergreen trees, right? The laurel wreath represented victory and triumph. Now, put two and two together, right? You still, like he said, that still lights up right now. It's funny that you got the evergreen trees we put up during Christmas time, and we don't take it down until
after New Year's.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the holidays are connected, right? Like look, with Halloween, right? People will start putting up their Halloween decorations and all that type of stuff, right? And then it's still Edomites will decorate their house for anything, yo. Now don't think about it, because they put they pumpkins out and they lanterns and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, for Halloween. And then right after, a couple of days after Halloween, like a little bit into the November, that's when they take their Halloween stuff down and they start decorating for Thanksgiving. They start putting out brown and yellow leaves on their trees, as if their leaves ain't already going to turn brown and yellow because it's the fall time. They start putting fake turkeys in the front yard, right? Gobble, gobble. And they start looking like turkeys. You know what I'm saying? Start dressing up like turkeys for the whole month of November and everything. You know, it's all type of crazy, just madness and folly, right? So, but then Christmas comes around, right? They don't take down those Thanksgiving decorations until a little bit into the Christmas month of December, right? Mm-hmm. They gotta make sure that the holiday is fully passed before they take their decorations down. And now we're in December, so they put their Christmas decorations up. They will not take their Christmas decorations down until the full Christmas spirit has diminished. That don't happen until well after New Year's, right? On New Year's, you're gonna see peach, because I live in Gwinnett County, right? So north side, you see, it'll be like snowflake lights on one side of the street, right? Big peaches on the other side of the street, because they trying to let you know, okay, Christmas gonna be this time. Right after Christmas, get ready for your peach drop and your alcohol, right? So, because it's Georgia, we do the big peach drop here for New Year's, right? So they even got the decorations up at the same time, because they know that it's the same exact holiday season, right? It's the same holiday basically. So if you celebrate New Year's, you're basically celebrating Christmas if you didn't celebrate Christmas, because they go hand in hand with each other.
That's right.
Even the decorations are the same.
That's right.
Right?
So go ahead.
It's the equivalent of you saying, I don't celebrate Halloween, but you dress up and walk your kid around the neighborhood and go get candy on the 31st of October.
Right.
But you don't celebrate it.
Right.
Right? I don't do Christmas. It's just a Christmas tree with presents under it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say a Merry Christmas though. You know what I'm saying? We really celebrate Kwanzaa. We just like the Christmas tree still. That's how brothers be. So, you know, just keep that in mind, because I got a scripture for y'all. But go ahead, continue.
So the New Year's Revolution came from ancient Babylon as well. They used this day to make promises in order to earn favor from the gods to start off the year on the right foot. So they, like Adawan was saying, they basically use this to make promises to the guys. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this, to basically receive blessings from those guys, so their year will start off correctly,
Right.
and they could have a good year, right? So the last thing I got, and this is all I got as far as the video. This is what the video made up of. The etymology of the word January is the month of Janus. That's the etymology of the word January. So when you are celebrating January coming in, when you out on them streets, December 31st, and you waiting on that ball to drop, and you counting down for midnight, which is not the start of the day anyway, but whatever. When you're doing that countdown, you are celebrating the month of Janus. You're waiting on the month of Janus to come in, unknown. So this is where the pagan worship comes in. But that's basically what that video was talking about.
Come on. All right. So, hold on. All right. That being said, let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 18. I'll actually read it because I got it right here.
Okay, come
on. So this 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 18. It says, "Behold, Israel, after the flesh, are not they which eat of the sacrifices partakers of the altar?" Meaning, even if you don't celebrate it, if you just dare, you know what I'm saying? Say you ain't celebrate Christmas because you know it's not biblical, but then you're going to be at your family house with some alcohol watching the peace drop, right? Happy New Year! Ooh, right? You still celebrated Christmas because you're partaking of the same altar. It's the same decoration, same gift, same storyline, same God, right? Ain't no Greek Roman God for December. Janus is still the Christmas God. Janus is the God of Christmas, right? Janus and Jesus the same damn person. You feel? Yeah, white. What to me Jesus is white Jesus.
Right.
Make your house shot, but right. Yeah. So Jesus and Janus the same person. Their name even sound alike, right? Just one's Roman, one's Latin. That's why I look at it. So it says, "Are not they which eat the sacrifices partakers of the altar? What say I then? The idol is anything, or that which is offered in sacrifice to the idols is anything," right? So is it just the idol you should be worried about, or the things that are offered to the idols you should be worried about, right? You drink that alcohol on January 1st, it's just like you eating that ham on December 25th, right? You saying Happy New Year on January 1st is the equivalent of you getting on your knees and opening them presents under that evergreen tree, right? It's no different. So this is why it says this, verse 20. "But I say, the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to God," right? Because the Most High told us when to do a New Year's. We're going to get to that too. It's Exodus chapter 12, verse 2, right? He tells you about the month of Bib.
That's right.
These are the things that we have to know as a nation, because he gives us a way to live already. We already have a new year. We have a time to celebrate. We have a feast day we can celebrate in the season of the New Year's. It's called Passover. We're going to get into that, right? So they have Christmas, right? A feast day that we're not supposed to follow, a feast day that the Bible tells us we're not supposed to deal with. They have the New Year's, something that we're not supposed to deal with, something that we're not supposed to follow. And for us, we have Passover during our New Year's, right?
Yep.
So it ain't like the Most High just gonna leave you hanging. He ain't gonna give you something that you can have fun with during that time period, right? We get to congregate and have the biggest feast that we want to have during Passover. Everybody get to dress up nice, right? And we celebrating for more than just a couple hours. Right. You feel? And it's good food. I ain't never ate good on the first January.
No, never.
Ever. My parents' anniversary is January 2nd. They don't be worried about nobody on January 1st. So it's like, let me continue. It says, and I would, actually, I'm gonna start that over. But I say, that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to the Most High. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. So if you go and you sacrifice these things, right? If you go and you celebrate the 1st of January, right? You celebrate Christmas, you're partaking in the same table with the devils, man. You're eating at the same altar. You basically committing the same sin, right? So it says ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils, right? You can't celebrate Hanukkah and celebrate Christmas in the first of the year as January, right? Can't do it. It says ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils. So you got to choose a side, man, right? This is something our people got to do. We got to pick a side. So, let's get Galatians chapter 4, verse 3.
You said Galatians?
Yeah, 4 and 3. Galatians 4 and 3.
Come on.
Colossians 2 and 20. Well, right here is straight, yo, because the man.
Yeah, I just texted him. Yeah, he good.
Did he text back?
Yeah, he texted me back.
Okay, come.
He just texted me back.
All right, bet.
You said Galatians 4 and 3?
Yeah, come.
This is the book of Galatians chapter 4 and verse 3. Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world.
Read that again.
Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world.
Right. So we've been in bondage under the elements of the world, man. Why? Because we've been following the rudiments of the world. Give me Colossians chapter 2, verse 20.
All right.
Right? And that's something we have to stop doing, man. We got to stop being so quick to just follow the traditions of men. We got to learn to get back to the old path, right? As it says in Jeremiah 6 and 16. We got to get back to what the Most High gave us, man. We lost our heritage, right? Jeremiah told us that too. Jeremiah 17 and 4. So now it's time to fully come back to it. And to come back to it, you have to be following the feast days and stuff that you want, or that you're supposed to be following based off your culture. All right? Is my computer freezing or I'm good right now?
You straight. It's doing a little bit
lag?
of just a slight bit, but you good right now.
Okay, because I see yours lagging too. I don't know if it's my junk or your junk.
Yeah, you lagging a little bit, but your sound isn't lagging.
Okay. Yeah, it's doing that with you too.
Oh, damn.
YouTube is playing.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Colossians 2 and 20.
Yeah, Con.
This is the book of Colossians chapter 2, verse 20. Wherefore, if ye be dead with Christ, or Hamashiach, from the rudiments of the world, why, as though living in the world, are ye subject to ordinances?
Man. Read that again.
Wherefore, if ye be dead with Hamashiach from the rudiments of the world, why, as though living in the world, are ye subject to ordinances?
Keep going.
Touch not, taste not, handle not, which all are to perish with the using.
Yeah, man. Because anything that you do in this world, it's all gonna perish anyway. So why even try to, hold on to all these different things that the pagans and the Gentiles are doing anyway, right? Everything that they're doing is gonna be for naught. Nothing that they do right now is gonna survive the test of time. All these things are gonna be shot down when the Mashiach Yahweh come back. And the only laws that's gonna be given is the laws that we already have in the book that y'all supposed to be coming back to in the first place. Right? So why not just get accustomed to what's already going to stand? You already know what's going to stand, what's going to last. Just get back into this. Get accustomed to this. Once you let all the other stuff go, it ain't going to work. It's not going to matter anyway. You ain't going to be worried about it. Because it ain't going to be too much longer that it's around in the first place. So read the verse 22.
Which all are to perish with the using after the commandments and doctrines of men.
Right. So, it's more?
No, that's it.
Okay,
that's 22.
Yeah. So we just need to learn to not be so caught up in the rudiments of the world, man. To really get back to following the Most High God by Shema Mashiach Yahushua.
Precept.
What you got?
I got two of them. I got Daniel 7:25, and I got Daniel 2:22. Well,
Okay.
I got more than I got 20 through 22. This is Daniel 7:25. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
Mm-hmm. Come.
And then
And Linda, I would actually reword that. I would say the laws of Most High Yahweh make the traditions of man to no effect, right? Because their traditions can't outweigh what the Most High got going on.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? His traditions are gonna last, and they will have an effect no matter what the heathen are doing, what the traditions of men is at the time, whatever tradition is going on at the time. You know what I'm saying? Most High's laws are always gonna prevail. So,
That's right.
but yeah, I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying.
I
But
got
what you got?
Daniel 2:20, because Esau thinks he's going to change times and seasons and all this different stuff, but he's about to tell you also in the book of Daniel in chapter 2 what time it really is. You know what I'm saying? So Daniel just had a vision in this chapter right here, and this is what he said. This is Daniel 2:20. Daniel answered and said, "Blessed be the name of Yahweh forever and ever, for his wisdom and might, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding." So, you know, these Edomites, they try to change all these times. You know, they wait on the groundhog to come out to see how long we gonna stay in winter. I mean, they rely on the groundhog before the Most High, but it's saying that the Most High is the one that sets the times and the seasons. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, Esau, they off, man.
Big facts. I got a precept. Get Isaiah 29:16.
Isaiah 29:16?
Yeah.
Okay,
or like I'll get it if you was holding something else.
Oh no, I'm good, man. I got bookmarks like crazy. I'm already here. Isaiah 29:16.
Yeah, get that.
It reads, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay."
So look, what has been turned upside down, right? Every damn thing.
That's right.
Right? So it almost seemed like this how the Most High want things to go, right? He want everything to be flipped upside down because everything's been flipped, right? The chosen people of the world are now at the bottom. We were chosen to be above all nations on the face of the earth, right? Above all people. Now, according to Deuteronomy 28, right? 43 and 44, the head has been made the tail, right? Now we follow everybody. Now we at the bottom of the food chain instead of the top. Esau, right? The vilest of men, the nation of people that's supposed to be the children of fools, right? According to the book of Job, the nation of people that's violent than anybody on the planet, right? People who used to eat, sleep where they defecate, right? The people who lived in lice, the people who still smell like wet dog when they get wet, right? These are ones running the world right now. Why? Because the things in the turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Keep reading.
Salaki. 16. Salaki. I'm gonna start over. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Right, man. Because this is like the type of pride Esau gets, right? Romans 9 basically mentioned the same thing. So, this is, in a nutshell, this is the pride of the white man, right? They've been able to conquer every single nation on the planet. They've been able to instill whatever philosophies and traditions that they have on every single nation that they've conquered, right? Which is basically everywhere at this point. So they've been able to turn things upside down. They've been able to, make whatever type of philosophies that they want to make. You know what I'm saying? They have themselves as the Jews right now. And they've made us niggas, Hispanics, Native Americans, right? Jamaicans, Black folks, Trinidadians, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, right? All these different bywords, all these different names that mean nothing or have degrading meanings to them, right? But they flip these things upside down. And it even goes as deep as, we have a full season where everything springs up and becomes new again. We have a full season where everything comes back to life, right? There's a season where things new, it springs forth, it thrives, right, through the summertime. It falls and begins to deteriorate. And in this deteriorated state, it goes dormant, basically to like cleanse itself. And then starts back over again, right? So the Most High has a full seasonal like time period, right? There's a beginning, there's a thrive period, there's a fall and a detox, and then it starts back over again.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, we being the chosen people, when we were in control, it was known and understood all the way until 1752 that the new year should be in the spring. And many nations still to this day in 2020 celebrate the new year in the spring, right?
Yep.
But Esau, right, the wicked, the devil that the Bible speaks of, the deceiver of the whole earth, right? The red man, the white man, the Caucasian, right? This person has flipped everything upside down and put us in a situation where we're celebrating the new year during the dead detox season, right? And ironically, these same scriptures say that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of the one that followeth. Yep. Esau's new year, Esau's beginning of every single year starts at the end, right? And Jacob's beginning starts at the beginning.
He said, "No, I'm gonna make my end when everything's dead.
I'm gonna make my end when everything's dead, right? I'm gonna make my beginning when everything's dead." And that's basically what he did. The Most High made him the last ruler on the planet, right? He gets his rulership when everything's about to be done. That's where we at right now. The planet's going to be done. It's a wrap.
Because that's crazy. Everything in life, you know what I'm saying? The start is new. The end is dead. Like everything. When you're new, this is when you're first born. When you die, is when the Most High takes you out. Not when you're old, but that's the end. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is like you said. Everything has a beginning and an ending. But He wants His beginning and ending to be when everything is dead. His beginning and His ending is at the same time. That doesn't even make sense.
What they used to call him, Neptali, Captain Underpants, right?
He wore his underpants outside.
Yeah, I used to wear that jump, right?
You read that.
You're right. You are exactly right. Esau is the captain backwards, bro. He's captain backwards, Captain Underpants. That's him. He was a white boy.
I got some precepts out of one.
What's up? Bring them up.
This is 14 and 12. Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For he has said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's what he's doing. He wants to go against the grain. So he'll do something that makes absolutely no sense just to say he did it. I'm the Lord over this world. So I'm going to make my end when everything is dead. and you not the Jews, you niggas, and now I'm the Jew. You see what I'm saying? Like he goes everything against the grain because he wants to be like the Most High.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's really all it is. He wants to be like the Most High, right? So just to give y'all this perspective, in case y'all missed the new moons and the Passovers that we do every single year during the month of Abib, because Yahweh does a great job of doing that. Go watch them videos so you can learn more on the actual month itself. Like I told y'all last new moon when we did the video with him, you could actually type it in, Sons of Thunder Israelites, Abib, new moon, right? And all the videos we have on that will pop up. But let's go to Exodus chapter 12, verse 2 right quick. Just to get in the scriptures that prove when the new year is supposed to start according to the Bible. Right?
This is the book of Exodus chapter 12, verse 2. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Let's start at verse 1, just so they know what happened at the beginning of this, right? Why this was done.
That's right. This is the book of Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. You want me to go to verse 26?
Yeah, what it say? Because I ain't there.
Okay. No, I thought you wanted something out of there that I ain't get. I'm gonna read verse 26.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
so that's gonna be the beginning of the year, right? This is the beginning of your months. So your month, the beginning of your year, the beginning of your months isn't supposed to start in January. It's supposed to start in the month of Bib, right? With the months that we have now, everybody on the internet, everybody without the internet, Muhammad, Mansa Musa, it don't matter who you look up, right? They all celebrated the New Year in the month of Abib. It wasn't until Esau came, right, in Rome, because Rome, even though it was Rome, it wasn't like strong enough to just, hey, okay, well, we're gonna celebrate our New Year January 1st, the rest of y'all gonna do it too. They didn't have that type of pull like you do now. You know what I'm saying? So people that were still in a close proximity to them in other nations like Babylon, like Assyria, like Elam, you know what I'm saying, East India, like Moab, Ammon, they all still celebrate their New Year in, March, April.
That's right.
So
let me get to
just to give another precept right quick. It's Exodus chapter 13, verse 2. I'll start at verse 1. It says, And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whosoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine, right? And Moses said unto the people, Remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of the hand of Yahweh brought ye out from this place, there shall no leavened bread be eaten. This day came ye out in the month of Abib, right? So he gave us this month, this new year, after taking us out of captivity, the first captivity that we served, right? And the day that we came out of captivity, that's when the Most High made the day. That's basically when he allowed us to, have a new year, right? And ironically, like I was telling y'all before, we as the Most High's chosen people, this is the day that he chose us, right? When he took us from the land of Egypt. He made his pact with Moses, right? We've gone over that before. He made the pact with Israel in Exodus, and then he took us, we left, right? But really we left and then we made the pact in the wilderness. So it's like, you got to understand this. Us as a people, he allowed us to be delivered from our first captivity, right? In the new season. He did it in the season and in the month of Abib, at the beginning of the months. He allowed us to spring forth as a new nation in the springtime, when everything was beginning. Do you guys understand that? We began in the spring as a nation of people. He gave us our feast day in the spring as a nation of people, right? There's 12 months in the year. 24 hours in a day. There's 12 tribes of Israel. 24 times 2 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. Y'all know what I mean. So, so that's what this is. This is the spiritual concept and the spiritual outlook of what just happened here, right? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the one that followed.
Mm-hmm.
Esau is the last ruler of this world as we know it right now. In his new year, everything that begins for him starts in the dead season, January, the winter, right? The detox time for the earth. We started as a nation in the fall, Passover, right? I personally am of the belief that Yahushua will be returning around the time of Passover. I think he's going to deliver us again in the spring. You feel? It only makes sense to me.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense. Hey, Salaki.
Go ahead.
And another way that you know that the new year is in the springtime when stuff is new. I'm gonna actually get the whole etymology of the word. But the new year is called the first month of the new year, Salaki, is called the month of Abib, and it means ear of corn or ear of grain. You know what I'm saying? So when you put two and two together, ear of corn or ear of grain, you don't get none of that during the dead of winter. This is when these things are springing up to be reaped. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So how's the ear of the month that's the name Abib that means the ear of corn when there ain't gonna be no ears of corn growing or ears of grain?
And that's why, and this is why that article that we read earlier said that many of the nations were accustomed to keeping their new year during their and they were able to keep track of their new year based on their agricultural seasons and their cycles, right? Because just like the year begins when we could start growing corn again. The year begins when we could start growing our crops, right? When we start to see these flowers bloom on the trees and blossom and stuff like that, right? Everything's coming back. So you can also use agricultural season as a time to, when you can't do agriculture anymore, the year is ending. When you can do agriculture, that's when you're at the beginning, peak season, right? So this is these are things that have to be understood. The Most High has given us all type of signs, man, to be able to keep track with how we're supposed to be doing things. But because we like to follow the rudiments of the world, not Hamashiach Yahushua, right, and the Most High, we literally just walked into folly and continue to do it. So what other precept did I want? I'll read this. Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 2. I don't read Habakkuk enough.
Me either.
This is Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 2. It says, "Oh Yahweh, how long shall I cry and thou wilt not hear?" Right? Even cry out unto thee of violence and thou wilt not save. Why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievous? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up the strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. The wicked do compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceeded. Right? So when you see all these wicked Edomites celebrating New Year's, when you see them celebrating Christmas, when you see them celebrating Thanksgiving, you see them celebrating Halloween, you see them celebrating Veterans Day and
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, right. These people don't know Becca. No talent. But it's like wrong judgment is literally proceeding forth because of the people we have round about us, and we're choosing to follow them.
That's right. Precepts.
And I mean, if I could, I want to show y'all the video, but I'm not gonna play it because I want y'all to watch it on your own time. But like, all you gotta watch is like 5 minutes of it, and you'll see within 5 minutes this Edomite that's teaching this Jewish church don't know a damn thing about the Bible, right?
He was a joke.
He starts to talk about Babylon the Great from Revelations, and literally refers to Babylon the Great from Revelations as it's not America, as it's Babylon the original, right? So the man speaks about confusion and how, everything's all twisted and turned up. He's explaining this to his church because he knows that they're not following the Bible as it's written, and doesn't realize that he's living in Babylon the Great. You feel what I'm saying? So it's this is why wrong judgment is proceeding, because these people are the ones that's teaching you. These people are the ones that are giving us our philosophies. These people are the ones that are giving us our way of thinking. You go to regular Jake on the street, he's not going to find anything weird or strange about celebrating the new year in the dead season, because it's something he's accustomed to, it's tradition, right? So wrong judgment proceeded because of the people who are teaching you. They're teaching you not to care, not to have logical sense where you think, can we really celebrate a new year when I ain't got no damn grass that's growing right now? I can't even cut my grass. You know what I'm saying? I can't grow no berries on the tree unless it's a damn coral reef. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they use that, for those of you that don't know, because it's the only type of tree that can produce fruit in the wintertime, right? That's why they use it for the mistletoe when you kiss under it and all that stuff, because it grows berries in the winter, right? It grows like in the fall season around then. It doesn't actually grow in the springtime. It's a late bloomer. So that coral reef tree, I actually have it in my front yard. Right? The actual tree that the coral reef comes from. I got berries on it right now. So like that's why they use it. It's the one tree they could use to show life in the dead season. And of course, that's what they want to show, right? Esau is the living and the dead, right? The walking dead. That's who Esau is. And he's made our people that as well, right? The valley of dry bone. And we're trying to wake you up with the facts. So give me Mark chapter 7 and verse 6. This is basically the conclusion of the matter, right?
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 6. He answered and said, well, have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites? As it is written, this people honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
Yeah, people honor the Most High with their lips, but their heart is far from him, right? Because many of the things that we do, we're not doing actually according to the Bible. We say we believe in it, but he has things that we're supposed to do to show we believe in it. He gave us a new year, right? A bit. We just read it. Beginning of your months. He gave us feast days to follow, right? Not Christmas and Easter and New Year's, right? We have a whole chapter full of feast days that nobody in Babylon follows. Nobody keeps, right? We were on Christmas at camp. A sister came to camp with presents for the homeless people. We explained to her that you can't, I think Chris is teaching. Chris is explaining to her that you can't celebrate, Malachi is explaining to her that you can't celebrate Christmas, right? And you can't be giving these gifts to the people, because if you're giving them the gifts, you allowing them to partake in the same table as the devils, right? You giving them that same devilish sacrifice to Nimrod, right? So we're explaining this to the sister. She's like, yeah, I feel where y'all coming from, but it's Christmas. Y'all not gonna catch me slipping, but it's Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she knows she can't speak against what we're saying because she believes in the Bible, but because of the tradition, she thinks that she's actually making people better, making people feel good by giving them a gift. We even explained to her that there's a feast day called Purim where we're allowed to give gifts. Right? You could come right back here in a month and a half and give them a gift during Purim, and the Most High will actually be smiling at you instead of frowning at you, because you did it in a season where he allows you to do that. Right?
Hey, Salaki.
She wasn't satisfied with that simply because it's not the tradition that she grew up with. Go ahead, Al.
And this is a precept that I brought out while you were gone, but this is exactly what the sister's doing. Once again, Matthew 15 and 3. But he answered and said unto them, why do you also transgress the commandment of Yahweh by your tradition? So the brothers is sitting there, the brothers is sitting there saying that, Christmas is not of the Most High. You need to do this and this and this. But you're not going to catch me slipping because it's Christmas. So we're telling you the commandment of the Most High. But because it's your tradition, Christmas, you're going to transgress the law of the Most High.
In fact, she said, her exact words, if I'm not mistaken, were, I'm trying to do my godly duty and make the people happy. I'm just giving them a gift. So we explained to her, okay, well, this gift was sacrificed to devils, right? You took that gift and you wrapped it up under the tree in the name of good old white Jesus, right? On his fake birthday. Cesare was born in September. You understand what I'm saying? So,
can I get another precept?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 1 and 2. It says, wherefore laying aside all malice and all guile and all hypocrisies and envies and evil speakings, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. So we got to put all this stuff away. You know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done, this hypocrisies, this tradition of men, we got to come back to the Most High as newborn babes. You know what I'm saying? Get this sincere milk, man, and do what's right in the eyes of the Most High.
Calm. And they got to drop that as for the kids' spirit too, man. That's all tradition. Go back to Mark 7.
Like kids in your household. Mark 7 and 6. You want me to read it over?
Yeah, read it over and then go to read all the way to verse 9.
This is Mark chapter 7, verse 6. He answered and said unto them, well have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, these people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. For laying aside the commandment of Yahweh, ye hold the tradition of men, and washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do.
You see that? That's your tradition, man. And another thing that you could add to the washing of the pots and the cups is wrapping of the presents and the gifts and the drinking of the alcohol and watching the peaches drop, right? So if Mark was around today, those would be things he'd be adding to the scripture right now to put in the book for the future generation. If those were things that they were able to do back then, if they had a big old 350-ton peach that they could drop for the whole planet, you know what I'm saying, in 1160, then they would have did that. You know what I'm saying? In 325 BC, they would have dropped that peach, man. Probably would have been on a horse. They would have dropped an apple or something, because I don't even think they had peaches back then, like over here. I think peaches come from this side of Earth. But that's something that you have to take into account. Everything that we're doing, everything that we have here in America is based off tradition of men, right? And the traditions that we're following are literal traditions that have gone completely against the book that we're trying to hold fast to.
That's right.
So you have a choice. You can continue to follow the traditions of men, or you could come back to your law, statutes, and commandments and return to the old path, right? They already told you the old path was New Year's being anywhere from March 25th to April, right? So with that being said, that's the old path, right? That's something you can go back to. And many people are still there. So, I mean, that's the choice you have. That's the choice you can make right there. Give me Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20. And that's actually my last precept. If you got more, we can bring them out.
I got one more and I'm done. You said Proverbs what?
You said what?
Proverbs what?
13 and 20.
Come on, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 20. It reads, "He that walketh with the wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed."
Huh. So if you wise, man, you're gonna come back to these law, statutes, commandments. You're gonna follow the new year in its correct season. You're gonna keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible and the Most High by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Right?
That's right.
So that's if you wise. But if you're a fool, keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna die. That's simple. You know what I'm saying? You could be happy dying, but keep doing what you're doing if you want to be a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Soldier Azariah is completely right. Y'all are sheeple. That's what I like to call them. Sheeple. Right? Sheep people. Because you just follow, bro. Sheep are followers, right? Sheep just follow. That's why we're supposed to be the Most High sheep, right? Because we're naturally supposed to follow Hamashiach Yahushua. He's supposed to be the shepherd. The problem is the sheep ain't following the shepherd. We then became some goats. You know what I'm saying? We're wild beasts now. We're Esau. We're the beast of the field, not the shepherd's sheep. So we got to get back to following the right shepherd, man. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're following the wolf, the Wall Street wolf. You feel? We got to get back to following the Most High by Shema Mashiach Yahushua, man. That's the lesson, bro. Stop holding fast to these rudiments of the world, man, that are not according to the Most High in Christ. All right? Come back to the law, statutes, commandments. Come back to following your feast days, your holy days, right? In the season that they're meant to be followed in. And the only way you do that is if you celebrate the new year in the season that's supposed to be followed in. With that being said, I know that we all got jobs, we all work, and at our job, they're going to be saying that New Year is January 1st, right? In 2 days, we're going to be in 2021. All right? You can have that understanding at work, but outside of work, you teach your kids and train them up in the way they should go. Hey, kids, we ain't actually in New Year's yet. Don't ever let your teacher tell you that the New Year start in the wintertime, because it don't.
It don't even make
New
sense.
Year start when you can smell some roses again. All right? New Year's start when the dandelion starts springing forth again. Right? New Year's start when Esau starts sneezing. That's what it is.
Yep.
When Esau start telling you it's time to get that Claritin D popping, right? Get all your allergy medicine. That's when the new year starts, because that pollen is having to pollinate all the flowers. It's having to put that stuff into the air, into the atmosphere, so that these flowers can, pollinate, so they can bring forth their fruit, right? That's what we're supposed to be doing. So this is the detox season, right? We're still in the winter time. Detox from all of the philosophies of men, the rudiments of the world that are not after Mashiach Yahushua by Shema Mashiach, well, not after the Most High by Shema Mashiach Yahushua.
That's right.
Detox from all of that. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? We made it past Christmas. Now you got to make it past New Year's. You got to get to the Purim and Nicanor, right? So that we can move right into Passover, into our New Year. We got 2 more feast days left. Esau's New Year from the start. Their feast days is done after January 1st. They Easter is right after that, right? That's the next thing. No, they got Valentine's Day.
And it's Salakia. Then they hit you with April Fools, because fooled you. This is really the new year. You know?
Yes.
Gotcha.
There it is. April Fool. Because they know that the fools already had the new year in January. Right?
Yeah, fools, you fool. This is the new year.
So yeah, that's a good point right there, Judah. We gonna add that to the lesson next year. But yeah, bro. That's what this is, man. You know what I'm saying? This is not the new year. We have to get back to following the right one, right? Get back to the old path. That's it, man. If y'all got any questions, put them in the chat. We'll answer them for a hot second. If not, shalom.
Charlie said, "Joke's on you, buddy."
Yeah, right. Esau, that's how you say it, right? Joke's on you, buddy. I hate when they call me buddy or bud.
Yo, that gets on my nerve. I call them Bud back, so they already know. Don't call me that.
Yeah, bud. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They be saying it like you a child sometimes too. I'm like, bro, I'm grown.
Thanks, bud. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not your bud.
Right.
No,
somebody had asked a question earlier. I don't know if they still in here. The question. Oh, here you go. The question was
click on it so I can see it.
Okay, calm. My bad. I was about to read the whole thing.
If Satan was released, oh man, we gotta answer this question. If Satan was released after 1,000 years to deceive the nation as a sand of the sea, wouldn't that be now? No, it wouldn't be, because Satan was never put away. When was he put away to be released? Explain that to me. Easy, right? Look how we answered that. Bah! Next question. Satan can't be this can't be the time for Satan to be released because he hasn't been put away yet. You're looking at Satan. He lived right next to me on both sides.
That's right.
Satan's your boss. His name's Bill.
My apartment.
Hey, what? How you doing? When you walk in the door, right? We were just talking about him. Satan's right there. Satan's in the chat watching us right now. He ain't been put away yet. Satan just became the president. And the vice president. Right?
Satan in and one Satan out.
Yeah. Satan's still here, bro. He ain't go nowhere yet. What you talking about? Stop lying on Satan. You can't lie on Satan. That's an angel of the Most High. And Satan ain't been put away yet. Satan's still here. Yeah. Thought the Hebrew day was 12 hours. Not really. Because, like, it's 12 hours of sunlight, but the day itself will still be 24 hours.
Right. You
feel? It's like 12 hours of darkness, 12 hours of sunlight, but the full day is 24. Esau got that right. Esau's not that wrong with a lot of stuff, guys, because he didn't make it up himself. He stole it from us, remember, and put us in captivity. Y'all have to remember that. Everything isn't wrong right now. Right? We know about the dark moon cycle, not because Esau made the dark moon cycle. It's because he learned it from us and then put us in subjection to him. Right? Esau didn't follow the moon. They told you that when they were talking about Janus in the New Year. Right? Old boy from Rome dropped the lunar calendar because he couldn't follow the moon. So the fact that they know, and in the white boy in one of them videos that we were going to show you that we didn't show you, actually explains to you that the way the lunar cycle works, it starts dark. In the middle of the month, the moon is full, and then it goes back to dark again. How does Esau know that? Because he learned it from us. Their scientists got their information from us and then put us in subjection to them. It made it seem like they made the information, right? We made the inventions in captivity to them. They put their name on it. It made it seem like they made the inventions, right? This is how Esau works. He's a thief. He's not the intelligent one. Y'all have to remember that. Y'all be giving him too much credit or no credit at all. You can't do that. He had 500 years to learn all your stuff, and then, you know what I'm saying? He had 500 years to control you using the stuff that he learned from you. That's how this works. Speak of the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar is, he's telling you, I speak of the Gregorian calendar. So yeah, the Gregorian calendar is the calendar that we follow right now, right? They had a Julian calendar, now they have Gregorian calendar. Before the Julian calendar, they had, what was that calendar called? Can't remember. But the Julian and the other calendar basically both had New Year's being in April or March. The Gregorian calendar has New Year's as January 1st. So yeah. Could this be a precept? Genesis 3:14 and Isaiah 49:23. Could what be a precept?
Is she saying could that be a precept? I mean, Salaki, the brother's saying could that be a precept? Could Isaiah 49:23 be a precept for Genesis 3 and 14? That's interesting. Can I read it real quick? It says
wait, he's asking if Genesis 3:14 could be a precept to Isaiah 49:23?
Or vice versa, yeah.
So
when the Most High said that Satan will crawl on his belly and be in the dust, right? He's saying when it's in Isaiah 49:23, when it says when we read it to Esau and it said they'll lick up the dust of our feet, could that be a precept for that?
It could be, but yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Let me read it. 49:23.
I'm going in order on these questions.
All right, yeah, okay. And then Genesis 3:14.
Yeah, that's a cool way of looking at it, but
I mean, yeah, a little bit, but that's not really talking about the same thing. You know what I'm saying? This curse for the serpent is like it's his overall judgment, but it's not specifically speaking of the event. Because like the thing in Isaiah 49, that's actually gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's actually happened already. We got videos on our channel where you can see it. Right? So he ain't crawling on his stomach. He actually got down on his knees and licked the dang dust. Like it's one boot I don't even wear no more because it looks so nasty now. Because it's like you got spit on it and I forgot to wipe it off, so it got like yeah. So it's just sitting in my room now like a display. But but like you can see that nowadays, right? You can see it. So that's actually going to happen, and it's going to be to a greater effect with them actually nursing our children, all that stuff in the kingdom. So I mean, you could look at it like a precept, but it's not really. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Basically, main most unforgivable sin is blaspheming the Holy Spirit. You can't come back from that. Unless the Most High just has mercy on you, right? He got mercy on whoever he want to have mercy on. But you ain't supposed to be able to come back from that. Everything else is repentable if you decide to repent and actually repent.
I got the precept.
But you blaspheme that Holy Spirit, you might as well shoot yourself in the forehead. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 12 and 30 and 31. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Wherefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men. But the blasphemy against the Holy Spirit shall not be forgiven unto men.
See that? Shalom, sis. So blasphemy of the Holy Spirit cannot be forgiven unto men. That's that. That's the precept. Read that again and what the precept is.
That's Matthew 12, and the point was in 31.
How could someone get their Hebrew name? Somebody asked this question last time. Way I was taught, you choose a name based off your spirit, man, or you let your other one choose a name based off your spirit. You know what I'm saying? You know your spirit. You know what I'm saying? You know what type of things fit your characteristics and how you move, how you act, how you are as a person, right? Pick a name based off that. Because our Hebrew names back in the day, you're supposed to live up to your name. That's where that comes from. Live up to your name, right? It's because you were given a name that had a specific meaning to it, and whatever you did in your life was supposed to revolve around that meaning. So Yahushai's name means he shall save, right? His name was Yahushai because his role is to save his people, right? So stuff like that. My name means it's all your all. It means Yahweh is my power, right? or Yahweh is my God, or God is my God, however you want to look at it. L-E-L, right? L-I-L. God, L-I-my-L. God. God, my God, right? And we know God's name is Yahweh, so all y'all, right? Joel's name has the same meaning. Yahweh is my power, and his name is Yahweh. Alazar. That was a name I liked at the beginning when I was choosing my name. It means Yahweh is my help. Eliezer, Eli, God, my, Ezer, help, easer, like you easing something, right? So same thing. So you just choose a name based off of your spirit, how you feel. You know what I'm saying? If you can't pick a name off your spirit, you don't really know how your spirit is. You pick a name that glorifies the Most High, like Eliel or Joel, all right, or Alazar. Okay, so are baptisms with water necessary? It's hard to answer that. So I don't want to say they're not necessary, right? Because it's biblical, but the real water baptism is you washing your mind, you know what I'm saying, from the doctrines and philosophies of the world, as we've been trying to tell you this whole class. So if you wash your mind of the doctrines and all these crazy philosophies of America, Babylon the Great, or any place that you come from, then you've been baptized. If you come back to the truth, you come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and do them and live that way with sincerity, right? That's your baptism. But if you just want to do the ritual itself, you could do it. But just as the people in the Christian church, it doesn't really work if you haven't actually, cleansed your mind, if you haven't actually washed your mind, right? And you can't do that with water. You're going to die. So, yeah.
I got precepts on that.
We could get Ephesians 5:26 or 5. Start at 25 though, because the end of it is really when that starts.
All right. So this is book.
You got another precept. Get it too. I think it's one in Isaiah that says it is one in Isaiah. I just can't remember where it is right now.
Oh, yeah, I don't got that one down. I got more than Mark 1, but this is Ephesians 5:25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Mashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Come, and that's what Iron Lion was just specifying, right? So, yeah, that's basically what this is, right? So, there's a scripture, I believe is it John 7:37? It says that those that believe in me, as the scriptures have said, shall have into them shall flow rivers of living water, right? So you believe in him as the scriptures have said by basically doing everything that the scriptures say. Him being the word, which is all the scriptures, you're believing in him once you believe in all the scriptures that the scriptures say, right? The scriptures say that the Israelites are black. You got to believe that. The scriptures say that the Israelites are the chosen people. You got to believe that. The scriptures say that the Israelites are the only people that will be getting into the kingdom of heaven, right? And everybody else is going to be a slave in captivity to the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven. You have to believe that if you really believe in the Mashiach Yahushua. And you believing that, living your life according to what the word says, that's your baptism. That's you living according to the word, right? So that's that living water. And once you receive that living water, you no longer die. You don't receive your living water though, unless you've come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, right? And proven that you deserve it. So that's how that works. So baptism is it's a necessary thing, but it's really only necessary if you're doing the correct baptism, which is the mental one, right? The one where you wash your mind of all the philosophies and the rudiments of the world that you learned throughout your time here before you came into the truth. What you do after that, that's on you. If you want to do the physical dunking, you could do that. But yeah, that's how that works.
I got another precept on that. Mark 1:8. It says, indeed have I baptized you with water, but he shall baptize you with the Holy Spirit. So that's wisdom. You see what I'm saying? That's going to renew your mind. That's going to, you getting baptized. I was baptized, and I was thinking crazy stuff right after it was over. As soon as I dried off, I was thinking about something crazy.
He was like, damn, look at that booty girl. Hey, girl.
You feel me? And I'm sitting there like, dang, man, like, I just got baptized, but like, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't hear you. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? Like the Howard Shaw was talking about cleaning. People are worried about cleaning the outside of the cup, but not the inside of the cup. So you know, you in that dirty tap water, that Flint, Michigan water, and you come up out of that dirty tap water.
Don't do it like that.
you get out of that dirty tap water, but your inside hasn't been cleansed because the Christian pastor that's dipping you in that water is leading you on to believe that when you get dipped in that water, you change. But if that's the case, every time I get in the shower, I should be renewed in my spirit. But he's not teaching you the scriptures. So when you learn the scriptures and the truth of the Bible and that wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Then you get baptized according to the word. Your mind gets changed. You know what I'm saying? That's the brainwashing. Somebody asked, this is the last question that I see.
Quickly, because I don't see it.
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to go back to it. You know, it got away from me. But they asked, could you explain Galatians 4 and 3?
Okay.
I just can't find it, but I seen it though.
Oh, I see it.
Okay.
Michael.
Yeah, come on.
Galatians 4 and 3.
I got it right here.
Oh, go ahead, read it.
It says, even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want me to keep going?
Start at verse 1, so you get a full context 1.
Okay, come. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all, but is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father.
Right.
Even so, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world.
So he's telling you that the same way that your children, right, have to listen to whatever tutors they have, and you grow up, you know, believing whatever they tell you. Just like, you know, if your teacher would have told you 2 + 2 is 6, that's what you would have believed, right? 2 + 2 is 6. The sky is orange. When it's blue, you go, hey, daddy, it's an orange sky, because that's what you was taught, right? You're under whatever they taught you. You think right now, you think Christmas is, you know, biblical, Jesus' birthday. You think in the New Year start in wintertime, all that stuff, right? Why? Because your tutors that you were under taught you that. So same way, we're under bondage, right? We're basically slaves to whatever thoughts that we are given here in this captivity, in this society, because that's the elements of the world. That's what the world knows. That's the knowledge of this world. So if you are only keen in the knowledge of this world, then all you have to go off of is the knowledge of this world, right? Keep going.
Oh, Salaki, my bad. I was on to the next question. All right, my bad.
I think this is the last question because it's late.
Okay, calm. Verse 4. But when the fullness of the time was come, Yahweh sent forth his son, made of a woman made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons.
Yeah, I'm gonna make one more. I'm gonna answer one more question for Cindy, then that's it. But cause she the last question I see. But yeah, so it says, but when the fullness of the time was come, God sent forth his son, made of a woman, made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoptions of sons. Right? How do you receive the adoptions of sons? Can you receive the adoption of a son of the Most High if you're still involved in all the rudiments of the world?
Wow.
You can't, right? So Galatians 4 and 3 is explaining to us that it says, even so, here, I'll read verse 1. It says, now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all. Because a child is in subjection to whatever they learn from who they're learning from. Even though they're the king or whatever, the prince, whatever it is, right? If you got a tutor who's lording you, you're a servant to whatever he tells you because he's a lord over you at the time, right? He's a tutor of yours. So even though you might rank higher than him in society, he's still ranking higher than you at the moment because whatever he tells you, you have to be in subjection to. So the same way we are here in this captivity, right? As children, we are subject to whatever we learn here based off the elements of the world. That's basically what it's trying to tell you. So to get out of that, to be a real son of the Most High, to have adoption here in the Most High, you have to be able to drop all that stuff, basically drop the philosophies of man and come back to what's right, right? And the only way to do that is to follow the scripts, the way that they're written, right? Come back to the Most High, so that you can get them rivers of living water. Somebody said no. Somebody said order. What's going on?
Nah, she was asking you a question about going back to the wilderness of the world. She was just answering that. But
yeah, this is the last question. Okay, so how do you become clean if unclean, like eating food? Just stop eating the bad food.
I got a precept.
You become clean by not doing unclean things, repenting from unclean things and continuing to do clean things. That's what makes you clean, right? That's the washing of the mind. That's the baptism. That's the literal baptism. You stop doing unclean things, right? And you do clean things, and over time, that's supposed to wash your mind. It's supposed to keep you clean. The reason you're dirty now, you're in filth, is because you're accustomed to doing bad things. You're accustomed to doing unclean things, right? So as you get accustomed to doing clean things, it's going to clean your mind. It's going to clean your act up. That's what's going to make you clean to the Most High. That's your baptism, right? Not washing your body with soap, washing your clothes in the washing machine. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't doing nothing to your mind. So everything that you had up here that was wrong, that you learned from the world, right? All that stuff that's keeping you from Amashiach Yahushua and the Most High, all that stuff has to be washed away before you can even come in. You feel? You can't come into an unclean temple. What he means is your mind. You can't come into a mind that's not fully on him. And you can't be fully on him if you're thinking worldly stuff, right? So that's that. Okay. Man. All right. I think that's it. Okay. So we're the sons of thunder Israelites. It's our prayer and heart's desire that all Israel might be saved. Hope y'all like the lesson. Don't be celebrating on New Year's in a couple days, right?
Right.
If you got to get your drink on or whatever, drink before 12 o'clock and go to sleep. You feel? That's it. So if you do the little orange thing, because you know Mama Levi, if you do the orange thing and you have to do it on the first, just make sure you do it on in April too for Passover. That way you actually do it for the real New Year's. You know what I'm saying? Whatever traditions you have for your New Year stuff, because I know they out there, do them during the real New Year. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. So that being said, hope y'all enjoyed the night. Everybody out there, stay safe. We are the sons of the Israelites. It is our prayer and heart's desire that all Israel might be saved if they keep the commandments and the faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, right? And they're about unity and not separation. Shalom.
Shalom.